Maybe if I get a good nap in. There's the 4 p.m. There's still the 4 p.m. flight.
Okay, yeah, I will strongly consider. I will strongly consider playing. I'm imagining. Let me just. Okay, it looks like we're good now. Let me just. How many flights are there going to be?
A lot, but that's the last one.
Today's the last one.
I'm pretty sure. I'm
Yikes!
gonna double check right now.
Looks like I'm not
They've
in
had.
it.
Why you wouldn't go back to back or?
No, I just I won't be available.
Oh, like today?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me double check. Never mind. They have flights tomorrow. Day 2 is Monday. Day 3 Tuesday.
Got it. Okay. All right. Looks like it's working. So let's jump in. I guess I can try a different day then, right?
Well, tomorrow's the last for sure.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
yes, tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't.
Unless you buy straight into day 2 on Monday or Tuesday.
How much is it? How much is Monday?
1,400.
Yeah, it's something I will actually consider.
And you start with like 40-minute levels. Day 3 and 4 are 60-minute levels, and you start with 200K chips at big blind 3K.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you're buying it for 65 bigs.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I'm trying to pin something. Okay, let's figure this out. Okay. Regarding what we're going to cover today, what did we touch on last time? Small blind three
Button
betting.
3 bet versus button 3
small
bet
blind
versus like low jack, high jack.
So we did. Damn. Okay. Um, I feel like out of position c betting has been like feeling really awkward for me. I kind of want to lean that direction. You feel a certain way, certain stacked up, certain positions.
Um, Maybe just the reverse of what we're talking about.
Okay,
Like
so go ahead.
low jack versus
Okay, let's do
one behind us.
low jack first button. So we'll play the out of position player. Stack depth.
Um, 40 to 60, maybe.
Okay, 40 to 60. So like y is that position, c betting, difficult, awkward. How do you spell awkward? That's not how you spell it.
I do that like every time.
Okay, so it's not just me. Okay. Um, um, it's such a vague question, but so regardless, in position gets to reopen the action. So we can't shy away from putting in bets, denying equity. Just let me know if anything comes up. I'm just kind of thinking out loud and see if we can keep refining. Regardless, in position gets to reopen the action, so we can't shy away from putting in bets, denying equity.
What's that?
Did you say 1 second?
On the flip side, it's hard to realize equity. That's why it's so hard.
Right. Yeah. It's hard to realize equity. Yeah. Okay. Give me a second.
Maybe low EQ or simplify.
Low equity realization. lower equity realization. Okay, so I guess we should just start with maybe we'll just start with the drill for now. Trainer. Okay, so let's do. Actually, I don't think that's the right way I want to do it. Let's do manage training drills. New. We'll do between 60 and 40. Why is that not working? Play versus the trainer. Okay, we are going to be the. Do you know why it's not allowing me to pick multiple sizes? That seems right off, right? Like we can always
You
pick.
have to actually create the drill and not do it in this setup to click multiple. I don't know.
Okay, where do I create it?
Like, because you went to practice and then.
Okay, so let's just do. Let me just get out of there really quickly. Trainer drills.
Drill instead of trainer.
Okay.
And
All right,
then create.
drill. New. So we're in the right spot now.
I think
8 multi-sizing should be.
it's the same thing, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay, let's see.
Or
We've done this so much. I'm just trying to figure out.
and go back again. Like, yeah, create a new one.
You see something that
no, I thought I did, but
there it is. Okay, Chippy V, 8-handed, multi-size. Confirm. We'll probably just start immediately on the flop, assuming that they just flat us. Single raise
yep.
pot. Hero is always going to be the low jack. GTO opponent will be the button. We are always going to be out of position, alternating off. Okay. Do you feel a certain way on subsets or anything like that?
No, not necessarily.
Okay, let's just do like a large subset. Probably just go from there.
Yeah.
Low jack, 40 to 60. Out of position. See, that's. All right, start the drill, see if anything sparks. Start training. Let's duplicate so we can kind of see the range that we're up against. All right, so like this is our opening range, and then take a look at the flatting range too. Okay, so we got the low jack opening range, and then we'll do kind of something like this. We have a quick little look. Flatting 17%. Opening about 23. We've got the offsuit 10, suited 8s, king 7, king 6. I don't probably open these enough. I don't think I open 9-7 at all. I probably don't open enough like Jack 10, Queen 10 from 60. I feel like these hands are a little bit too weak for me. Okay, I don't think I'm missing too much. All right, King Queen 3 Rainbow. I don't think this hand is a great c-betting hand. I don't know if I'm going to start trying to throw frequencies. I'm just going to start playing my hand and then see what questions pop up. Okay, it goes check, check. I'm gonna just try to keep checking, see if I can get this hand to show down. All right. Ace high's probably good. Is there merits in like putting in like a block? Because there isn't like a single big blind, I'm just gonna go with the check option. And I think I want to turn on like,
Yeah, the best move.
yeah. Let me know if what I need to do here or here. Is it
Quick results.
quick results? We'll put up an RNG.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you like on here?
Nah, that's it.
Okay. Um, so anytime we come up with something, um, we'll try writing it down. We'll see if we can gain a little better insight into this. Okay. This is the exact same spot, but at 40.
I didn't even pay attention to that 60.
Yeah. Stream settings. I want to make sure that this is public. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. It looks like it's working. So whenever you're ready, info, show hero.
Did you anything to add on that ace nine?
Um, mm, I mean, do you want to open it up and just see kind of where we're getting our C bets from?
Sure.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I don't think we should just kind of be
Right.
lazy
See
about
what
it, right?
he's also like. Yeah, exactly. Like, is he just checking down pocket fours all the time? Is he checking down ace 10?
Yeah, this is why it's important to have you here, just to hold me accountable and not be lazy when it comes to asking like some good
Both ways,
questions.
yeah.
Yeah, so um, for first thing I generally peek at, okay, equity advantage, cool. We have a checking range. Um, I think I'm typically playing like check and I'm ignoring like a small sizing. I'm probably playing check in like B50, something along those lines. Um, Now, which hands are probably unintuitive as C bets for like a 50% sizing? Um, these are the bottom 50% equity hands. Like, how do you feel about like ace two? Like these hands always show up as
Yeah.
bluffs, right? Like ace four, no trouble hitting these.
Um, mm, don't know.
Okay,
I'd say it's easier to find, but I don't know if I'm finding it every single time. So, yeah, I honestly don't know.
okay,
It's easier to find those than I am like because we just saw the same thing with Jack 8
okay.
or 10-8. Like finding
Jack
stuff
eight,
like
10
that
eight.
would be much harder for me
So
than
so
like
so 10
pocket
8,
twos,
Jack
pocket
8
fours.
is harder than like ace 2, ace 4.
Mm-hmm.
These are easier for me. So I guess this is good because I feel opposite. And last time I studied with somebody, I felt the opposite. For example, I think we were looking at a board like call it like King 7-3 or King 7-6, King 6-3, something along those lines. Um, he told me he feels really comfortable check raising a hand like Queen Jack offsuit if his suit is on board. Let's say it was like a flush draw, and I felt more comfortable check raising a hand like Ace 4 on Ace 6-3. So it's interesting. So why is that? So like when I have a hand like Ace 4, I don't think that I'm gonna get to roll this hand over and show it down and like win often enough. So I also like unblock like the middle of the deck, I guess. And when I'm here, I kind of like I guess one of my first thoughts when I have a hand like Jack 8, it's like I kind of want them to have hands like Jack 9, 8 9, pocket eights, pocket sevens, for example. But yeah, I mean I'm missing a bunch of C bets either way. I'm just like trying to think out loud here.
No, I think maybe I misspoke because we're on the same page, not opposite. So
Oh, okay. So ace four is easier C bet than a Jack 8.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Basically, yeah. I think Jack 8's almost like it's just like we're just basically praying for a diamond, a 10, a 9 to potentially double barrel, and then at least ace deuce ace 3 has a overcard deuce 4 5 wheels draws, backdoor flush draws, and like you said, it makes just better fold immediately.
Yeah, I think let's just explore this. So let's start with like no made hand, backdoor flush draw. What else? What else? I mean, I guess okay. Let's just explore like Jack 8, whatever. Let's explore Jack 8 and 10 8. These hands are gutters, so um, All right, let's imagine we just like B50 with Jack 8. What are we trying to accomplish here? We're trying to create some indifference with third pairs. Like we block a lot of
That'll
these,
work.
and we're just trying to fold out like ace high. I mean, as long as like the target is obvious to you, as long as you have hands in mind that you're targeting, you know, that's why we have to think out loud. Okay, like I'm betting my Jack 8 to get like ace 2 to fold. I'm trying to get like ace 6 to fold, pocket sixes to fold. Okay, so let's imagine we bet and then call. Turn report or explore just the random?
Uh, report.
Turns.
See if there's like a line we can draw on the sand.
This is not what I wanted. I wanted suits. Okay. So I mean, if we pick up backdoor flush draw, we will always follow through. Like with our Jack 8s. Do we always check when we spike an 8? Let's see. And let's just explore some
Probably beat
turns.
some ace jacks and ace tens enough, maybe.
Pretty much checking for the most
Yeah.
part. Only the Jack 8 of spades continues. Only the Jack 8 of spades. Okay. Ace of clubs. Just a naked gutter. These fall through every single time.
Okay.
Let's go with betting 18 into a pot of 14, 53 effective. Random river. So these are like part of the triples. Blocking the nut straight, blocking the nut straight, blocking the nut straight. So
What about on like a break turn?
okay, let me just double check that. What are we trying to fold? We're actually getting some two pair to fold. Okay, let's check a brick turn. Like deuce of clubs, 6.
Sure. Either one. And just see if they kind of still fall in triples.
The Jack 8 no longer. You gotta have a gut shot. You gotta be selective. Ace 10, Ace Jack are still coming, following through. It looks like it's slightly betting like the ace 10 with a club in their hand a little bit more frequently. Less intuitive hands. Ace 2. Trying to fold out a queen maybe. 83.
Yeah.
Yeah, the target seems to be a queen. And then all the middling pairs. Okay. Is there anything else you want to see?
No.
All right. Oh, okay, yeah. I guess it's the same board but different stack depth.
Yeah, you can just skip it and go next one. So we can see something different. All right. This feels like it could be a decent candidate to be a triple. We can make ace 10 fold. We can make pairs fold. We have spade. So
What's the sizing?
yeah, so I was trying to think between a third and B55 probably. It doesn't need to be that large to target like diamonds and clubs right away. So having 9 of clubs isn't the best, but
Okay,
let's
sorry,
go 55.
55.
Wait, where was this effective? 50, okay. or 50 deep.
Okay.
Okay, I think we have to pressure the Jack X, all third pairs, Queen 10s, Queen 9s, Ace 10s, and Ace Queen of diamonds, hearts, and clubs. Geo would be decent. We have good equity against them, so let's do B83.
Okay,
And
I'm
then
sorry.
probably barreling almost every river.
Okay, B83. What other hands are we like? Are we going thin with like king queen, pocket aces, king jack? Are we betting like? Are we ever betting small with the intention of checking the turn? Like, do we ever have like a like? Are we ever betting like king queen for like a third, or it if it doesn't fall into a certain sizing, we might want to check it. How do you feel?
I think generally that typically I play like that. Like if it doesn't fall into a clear cut, um, like large bet, yeah, I'll put it into check more. I guess it also depends, yeah, on the SPR. This is 3. Um,
Because we can get a lot of folds, right? We can get folds from like Queen Jack diamonds, Jack 10 diamonds, Queen 10 of hearts,
yep,
Ace 10 of hearts, Queen 9 hearts. I don't know
it's
if they're
Queen
gonna have.
diamonds, yep,
What did you bet on the flop?
55.
Okay, so we already folded out tens through threes. Okay. Sorry, you wanted to go B55?
No, 83. And then I'm gonna
83.
jam pretty much every river that's not a king X or ace or.
Nice. You got the Jack to fold. Nice job. You're studying with an expert here. Okay, let's look at equities. Look at
It was only a okay move, not best move. So,
we can always improve, huh?
yep.
All right. Equity advantage. Tons and tons of checking. Okay, I'm trying to think if I'm checking this much.
I
Probably
think I
not.
might be.
I might be betting too
Maybe not
much.
that quite high, but yeah. I mean, I saw you typing a good thing. That's like got to be more equity driven. And I think on two tones, we're just going to have quite a bit more give ups, naturally having less offsuit combos from raising from low jack if we're not even hitting like, Jack 10 and Queen 10 pure.
Okay.
And so I'm just assuming that's where that's driving versus rainbow boards.
Yeah, I'm curious about these like small sizes, if we even should consider them. I'm not necessarily looking to juggle three different nodes. Like I don't want to play like the check node, the third node, the B50 node. It seems like very easy to butcher your turn range if you aren't really familiar with like how you're gonna approach different runouts and coverage. Not that we need to be balanced or anything like that, but it just I'm not sure if I'm just playing like check B50. Like a third doesn't make too much sense to me. Like I don't think I'm just like thinly value betting like my jack. Start with my kings and my bluffs, and then equity driven hands. Like you can see here that we don't use any low equity hands as a c bet.
Yeah.
So once we get up to like 25-50, we start seeing like these bluffs showing up. Queen nines, 10 9s. Once again, everything equity driven. Like the hand that you had was like one of our weaker ones. Only captures about 12% of this pot here. Okay. You started off with 55,
Yes.
and here's what we're trying to accomplish. Like the main bulk is like the tens to threes. Create a difference right away in the ace X. When we get to the turn, only B55 and check. No smallish betting. No down betting, I guess. There really isn't a single bluff. Like maybe queen gen, I guess, but for the most part, it's not really using low equity hands. Our bluffs are coming from jack eights. I mean, where else are we bluffing from? This is very unintuitive to me. 34 or
Um,
35% equity. Like, so these are bluffs.
how much does like equity do when we bet 55? Does ace queen have for on the button?
43%.
What about after turn? Or does that matter? That doesn't matter, does it?
After we bet our
Yeah.
B55,
Or 80. Yeah, yes.
29%.
Okay. Um. Damn. Okay, sorry. Can you go back to the low jack note here? So I'd like. Does only the worst jack X, like jack 8, jack 9 bet, and does queen jack check from the low jack note on turn?
Queen jack's kind of primarily
Checking.
checking because once we have, I mean, if we have a spade, we're at 52% equity. We don't, we're at 35% equity.
Yeah. I was just trying to make sense of it, and I kind of like it now because we're like, it's almost like a twofold. We can make a better jack X fold. We can make all diamonds and clubs that continued, and ace queen, like all the offsuit variations fold. And we kind of already expected the pairs under us to fold on flop to be 55 or higher anyways, so that would be the next target of hands. Like you said, like where do the bluffs come from? So we would have to either pick uh pocket what threes, fours, fives with the spade, and then, or probably the jack X,
Or we
and
just
maybe
jack
some like
X, yeah.
10 9s maybe, but
Yeah, like ace jack primarily, especially with a spade, it's pretty much liking the check. And then if it doesn't have a spade, it's mixing.
I think that's a nuanced thing. Uh, kind of pay attention to. In just kind of like the meta world against most of our population, where um, versus low jack and early, like I wouldn't assume button has many offsuit combos in the firing range at all.
Okay.
Um, except for like ace 10, ace jack, king queen, but probably not like king jack, king 10. Like any of those are probably folded. I would say a little bit overfolded, more than what we see.
Okay. This is 60, by the way. I think you played the hand at
Yeah.
40, but. Um,
Um,
oh, no, you didn't. You didn't. Play the hand at 50.
so on two-tone boards, I think we get a little bit away with more of the smaller-ish on flop with the like followed up turn bets.
So you think that we have profitable turn bluffs?
Yeah, just comparative to rainbow boards, where even if in theory they're supposed to be flatting ace queen suited on the button, for example. So like versus on a rainbow board, they're always continuing even versus like B50 to B83 with what's presumably uh, a nut straight draw and backdoor nut flush draw versus like um, facing a two-tone board, and then now you're on the turn where a flush completes and you have essentially no equity anymore, or what feels like no equity to them.
Yeah, yeah.
And same with the jack X, like what are you going to do on a river bet? I think that's what a lot of people ask themselves when they're facing bet, and the turn is large, and it's a equity changing card, and we're still betting into them. I think that's like a general spot where they're overfolding quite a bit. And if we're just picking the right combos,
Yeah.
like I would have probably never thought of the second pair either very much, to be honest. Even like what you're asking, like the B33, that might be an okay spot to do it. Maybe a little bit better, like bigger if we're trying to make better fold, like
Hard
the Jack X
to
board.
have enough turn bluffs if we aren't firing basically a small pocket pairs and Jack X on the flop. Therefore, people are likely under bluffing turn from out of position on flush completers. Do you think that's accurate?
We're likely under bluffing.
So
I think they're under defending.
well, we're putting our ourselves in this spot. Let's just say we are button now. Right? We're the button. And now we're facing a double. Right? So like they need to have threes through sevens. And they need to have Jack 8s turned into a bluff, Jack 9 turned into a bluff, Jack 10 turned into a bluff. Doubling their Queen 10s, some Jack 10s, firing some like Ace Queen. So what I'm getting at is I don't think people have enough pocket pairs, enough of these middle pairs. It's not a lot of combos. I'm just thinking that they're not going to have enough. I could be wrong here. Let me go back. Are people just randomly like c-betting a bunch of hands here? Do they c-bet like? Because a lot of the bluffs are just going to come from like gutters, like queen nines and then the under pairs.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just first. I mean, that stands out to me. All right. Anything else you want to see?
Just river node.
We bet, call, and then what river do you want?
Was there any B83 with my hand? I didn't see. I know there was like a sliver, I think, on the turn.
Your hand ended on the turn, right? So negative.
No, there is. Oh, okay, there's some.
A third of a combo. But it was like
just,
basically like your combo.
Yeah, just curious. Okay, just explore the B55 then. I just like, do we still like just overbet jam rivers or like I don't know.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. That's not much over, but anyway, so.
And then when you get to this river, if you found yourself with fours, fives, and sixes, a single spade, you run it as well. So, like the overarching theme for this is like if I need to have enough bluffs in certain lines, they might be unintuitive, but like starting off a bet with like pocket threes feels bad.
Right.
Doesn't feel natural, but it is selective, right? It's a single spade.
Yeah, and could it be easier to focus on unblocking their folds? Like, is it easier to focus on that, and does that make it easier to execute bluffs with those combos?
Yeah, I mean, I think as long as you can see,
that's for me.
You can see their what did I do? Did I do something? Their range and like if you can, if you know that you're right here and you can kind of visualize this huge section of folds, it might be a lot easier,
right? Yeah, but I mean, even like turn and river, I was more referring to than top
okay.
mid. Like river, once we're at river, I want to be unblocking. Well, I guess it's a.
Don't really want like.
I want to be unblocking aces, queens, and tens for the most part, and then having some kind of spade blocker. But
we're getting like king queen to fold,
and block some of the jack X. Yeah, see,
king
like
queen, queen jack, queen 10 we beat, but Okay.
Still. All right, nice.
Cool.
Go ham. That's what I'm taking from it.
Yeah. Okay, so um I don't think this spot gets to just be range bet because we've got kings through tens here. We'd probably want to bet like tens more than queens. Um, this hand's gonna fall into a bet. I can go for three streets. My bluffs are gonna be wrapping around the nine. Um, I'm not sure if we would use hands like pocket threes with a spade, pocket fives with a spade to try to just eventually fold out like a nine. So yeah, I'll be using like jack tens, jack eights, 10 8s, maybe pocket threes. And then value hands, ace king, ace queen, ace jack, and then maybe I'll hold back like ace 10 as a check. So I think we're playing a check and probably like a small sizing. I don't think there's really merits in having too big of a sizing. Um, so like I don't know. I mean, I don't think that we were like blasting because like we can just auto fold king queen offsuit, auto fold queen jack diamonds, auto fold jack 10 clubs. With this hand,
But
you go ahead.
um, so if there's no big betting, then how do three street hands fall into? Like,
Um,
does that just mean we're never getting the money in?
oh no. We will develop over betting. I think on the turn if
What do
we're
you think
like.
about three street geo hands?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with starting off with like B83 with these hands. There's nothing wrong with. Since I'm playing like a two sizings post flop. I need to be checking like my kings and queens and
Mm-hmm.
um,
I don't do it enough. I'm just kind of just talking out loud because I also pulled up. I just want to see. We haven't touched like 50 and 60 too much, so this is like a 7 SPR. Um,
yeah.
so I kind of literally just pulled up like some geo sizes and 2 street, 3 street on the side just to see. I'm just curious because sometimes like that's my default also, especially on this when we have on board like on board suits. You would expect more folding from them in general, so you would want to kind of go small and then make up for it on turns and rivers. But um,
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm just curious about starting, because 3 street geo on this seems is a B73. So like,
B73.
just yeah. So if we choose like B83 and then like tailor it down a little bit going forward versus the opposite, I don't
Yeah.
just because like Queen Jack of Diamonds is just folding to everything, right? It doesn't even matter sizing.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yeah. And I think this nine here is quite important. Because he's got not only do
flat
we open
suited
nines, but
eights.
he fought some nines. So like
Yeah, yeah, they have a high concentration suited eights and some nines on the flat.
if this nine is like a six, my checking would rise. But since it's a nine and he connects to the nine and wraps around the nine and 10 nines and 10 8 of hearts and shit like that, maybe those hands three, but a little bit. But I think we can. I'm just gonna start with B55 and go from there. Call. This is a pretty good turn card. Um, Flush completer. I'm just trying to. I don't know what hand. He doesn't have any offsuit nines that can call the turn. He doesn't have like king of spades nine, queen of spades nine, 10 9 offsuit. So I think the nine's pretty much irrelevant and it's pretty much folding to any uh, bet. So I think now the target becomes ace, queen, ace, jack. Um, he should have the offsuit queen of spades, offsuit jack of spades. So that's the target. Um, this isn't the time to go over bet with the flush completer. So okay, I'm still choosing some non. Okay, anything that you'd like to add?
No, thought that was pretty decent.
I'm not sure what my checking frequency is on this swap, but okay. Really, I mean, this is such little big betting.
Yeah,
Like it's close to being ignored, but the one hand is the one I'm holding. But
yeah. I kind of failed like that because I knew that I don't do it, so it probably is in there. That's why I brought it up.
This feels like an awkward strategy to play check and small. It usually doesn't. Those usually don't like coincide. They're usually not part of the strategy. Usually it's check and big sizings, but the key card is up there, which makes so many hands already indifferent. Um,
Yeah, that's true.
um, like it takes no effort to put pressure on king queen of diamonds, so you can sneeze on the pot with like I don't know, like you bet like pocket fives with a spade. You want to bet fives with a spade, and just to get him to fold jack ten diamonds, you know, king queen clubs, king jack of not hearts but whatever diamonds, right?
Yep.
Like those hands are just folding, right, every time. Yeah, I mean, 23% folds. He has to continue every single time with queen jack O if it has a spade in it.
Not happening.
Every time king jack O, the spade in it. Every time,
Oh,
um, like every pocket pair continues. Um, I guess I need to see where we double from. So let's think here. Our goal is to pretty much fold out a nine, so we don't really want to block. I guess like a high card like king nine, queen nine, jack nine, 10-9 is kind of the target for these boards. Um, so I'm guessing we have to double like threes and fives a decent amount. Like where else do we grab from besides wrapping around the nine? Like 10-8s, pocket threes, pocket fives. So let's just go third call. And let's go a six of diamonds. And we're taking threes. We're taking 7-8. So like we need to make sure we're betting 7-8 on the flop, you know?
yeah.
Get
That
the
had some slightly bigger sizings in there.
yeah. Bet your 7-8. Get that king jack to fold. Um, okay, so on this six, we go polar. So this is kind of where we can get that extra value that we were talking about. Make up for it. We need to be able to get the money in. We don't need to start off big on the flop because it doesn't make sense for the bulk of our range. Like we don't have like infinite value hands. So how about like I guess this changes to a flush completer.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So the reason I struggle with like the bigger sizing on the flop in general is like what hands continue for B33, reverse B33, um, and then fold turns. Like, I'm trying to phrase this. Okay, if we go, okay, if we go B33 and then call, what's their calling percentage?
73.
Okay, and then if we go B83, what's the calling and fold percentage?
B3. 52.
So it's dropped 20%, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Roughly. Okay, so what hands maintain themselves? There we go. That's kind of a better term. What hands sustain themselves in the call range between the two? And then what's the difference in the reaction on the turn?
Okay, so
Does
like
that kind of make sense? So how do they respond versus like what hands maintain their response the same versus B33 and B83 on the flop? And then how do those same hands respond on turn?
okay, I mean I think this question mainly is focused around the nine. So like whether you
Right.
bet a third, all of them call. Whether you bet 83, all of them call.
Do
Um,
you think that's practically happening?
I just need to check the under pairs actually too. We bet a third. All the under pairs continue at third, and then 83, all the under pairs are indifferent. So um,
Would you agree that what we see right here is probably the same on B33 and B83? Eights through fives are probably called some of that time and folded some of the time. Like I think this is how they respond at B33 as well.
Okay. I can't I don't feel a certain way. I probably lean your direction actually. A third, and I'm there sitting with sevens, no spade.
Yeah,
I might be pitching it.
I think so too. Even
Okay.
versus low jack seems like first and early enough that people kind of default to not
Uh,
getting involved.
Another reason to play check in a third. I think we're accomplishing more than enough.
Exactly.
And like plus,
So
I want eights through fives to stick around one more street if I'm confident on where all my bluffs are going to come from.
exactly, and
Okay.
that's where I think we like as an exploit. This is better for us, right? We go smaller on flop and then bigger on turns, and just target the hands that are more sustainable, like the ace queens and ace jacks, because we're probably getting the money in anyways. But then those other hands, we're just creating too much overfolding on the flop when we size up.
Right.
I just wanted to see how many of those hands have like the same sustainability on the turn as well. Because then maybe on the flip side of that, if we're not sizing up on the flop, then we're missing out on too much if they're overfolding turns anyways. If they were calling the same hands at B83 as the same as B33 facing. That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. No. No. I lean towards what you're saying. I think people are going to slightly overfold on the B33 option. So I think that's more effective for
Do you
us.
think our strat should be two-tone on board suits? We can size down-ish or just range bet and then make up for it on future streets. And then our club and diamond variation, even offsuit or suited, maybe that's when we choose to size up.
Interesting. Let me highlight clubs and diamonds. So and I also know main hand. Yeah.
Also the offsuit variation though too. So like if we have ace of clubs, queen of diamonds.
Club diamond. I think I toggled it correctly.
It's just on no made hand, so I guess that's the only reason why it's
Oh.
not popping up.
Oh, okay.
No, you had it right, but you're just on no made hand, so ace queen and ace jack won't show up. But
Okay.
do
Yeah,
it
yeah,
now,
yeah.
do it now, yeah.
Do it like this. Diamond club.
And yeah, yep.
Okay, so all of these hands, so it's a high frequency check. You're suggesting that maybe adding these to like a little bit higher or bigger sizings to force
Yep.
out a little bit more folds from
Right.
some backdoors. Like they probably can't fold king jack of hearts ever.
Exactly. So you
And
might as
if
well
we
start targeting.
B83, I guess against B83 it's already doing it. So okay, well, um, what do you think? Welcome if you're joining us. Please use the chat box. We're here to study with you and answer questions. Spencer, what do you think about? You have anything else you want to look into?
Um, did we see the river node?
B33 call, and then what do you want to see on the turn?
I think it was the deuce of spades, four of spades. I know it was a small spade. I think, yeah.
Four spades.
Okay.
Okay. Four spades, and then what line are we taking here? This.
Yeah, whatever is the most common. Just checking like our triples for value and bluffs, I guess.
Okay, and then what do you want to see on the river here?
Like a seven of clubs.
Seven clubs. Okay, so where are the bluffs coming from? Let's do no made hand. Actually, we're using some pairs to bluff. I'll just highlight some low equity hands here. Turning some nines into a bluff.
Okay.
Pocket threes into a bluff. Now it doesn't like having a spade, apparently. Some pocket fives, pocket threes, turning a nine into a bluff. Queen jack.
Otherwise, just one spade.
Oh yeah, so like Broadway with a spade, I guess. I think the ideal bluff comes from blocking the strongest top pair that they can have, and it's not going to be ace king. Generally, it's not going to be ace queen. So like the ace jack area, the ace 10 area is probably would be my favorite. Jack 10 0 with a spade.
Yeah.
But now I need to know to see bet this hand enough on the flop.
Right.
Like I might give up. I might be like, I might not give up every single time, but I'm saying I might just not be c betting this hand right away on the flop.
Sure.
Okay. Anything else?
No.
Was this your hand or my hand?
I don't know.
Okay. Oh, this was my hand. This was my
Yeah,
hand.
yeah. I just chimed in with the larger sizing.
Okay.
Okay. You have to be super selective on two tones.
Okay. Sorry.
Especially on a 10 high board, there's going to be less folding.
Sorry. Take your
Like
time really quickly while I try to remember.
Sure.
Any notes that you want to write down for out of position c betting on this ace? I'll let you get back to this hand here, but
No. Go back first.
what about this here?
We can wrap up that while I still have any fresh thoughts.
Let's go back here. Well, first off, we think a third will probably be effective, right?
Right.
E33.
Immediate overfolds to range betting, or
right,
immediate overfolds to.
Target is just under the nines, so like fives through. Call it deuces through nines. Obviously, deuces through eights. No sets, obviously.
Yeah. And diamond club broadways.
You're saying to start maybe over bluffing those hands? Target deuces.
No, like that's the other targets.
Oh, backdoor flush draw. Main target on turn is the 9x. Anything else? Just anything. It doesn't. We don't need to finish this right now. It's just I wanted to write something
small
down.
And there's small and checks introduced together, and no big betting. I don't know if you want to.
No big betting. That. Just check and B33. Small sizing, very effective on static board textures. Like king, queen, diamonds, jack, 10, clubs, auto, fold.
You just see how many combos that makes up of their fold percentage in that last one real quick.
Yeah, we need to make sure we have enough offsuit Broadway with a single spade in our c betting range, because those are the bluffs on a flush completer on the turn. Something along those lines. Give us an idea. Okay, now you wanted to know about what exactly?
Out of all their combos, like what's the so on button flop node, so we can just do B range. Yeah. Okay. So they're folding 46 combos out of how many all total?
46 out of 201 that show up here.
Okay. Just something I want to start paying attention. Like two tones, so it means like they automatically have a quarter of the range as auto folds, and we think there's overfold, so it's probably closer to 35 to 40 by just blindly range betting.
Yeah, I would agree. Strictly that's probably
because,
yeah. I mean, as far as range betting goes, I don't know if we get to range bet. I mean, I can node block if you want, but I would rather move on to another texture.
No, I meant range in terms of like just B33.
Okay,
like,
okay, small size. Okay,
sorry, yeah.
No, that's fine. It's fine because we have people watching. I want to make sure that like our language is as accurate as possible.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay. Let's
I'm just
move
gonna
on.
pay attention to that going forward, and then versus the rainbow.
Okay.
But yeah, so here I think this is a pure check because we very selective. If I had a spade, I can maybe think about sizing up a little bit.
Okay.
So yeah, I think this falls into our check give up range pretty cleanly.
Oh really?
Yeah, it wants wants to put this turn card and say think again. Let's see. Target here would now be just denying equity to king queen and trying to get 6s through 4s to fold, which isn't very many combos, and we have decent equity against that. Does ace jack and ace queen check back occasionally? We do have the diamond, so it's less that he has the diamond combos and the club combos to kind of check back and try to get to showdown. But considering we have some better hands to fold and quite a bit of equity denial, this might be a good one to bet. So let's go B83. Having a spade again. 9 of spades would be cool, but well, fuck you, guy.
This seems like a great combo when the hearts don't fill in the turn.
Yeah, that's the only other thing I didn't mention. Yeah, exactly.
I think I would have gone over
That would
bet.
be his biggest check back.
I like your large sizing. I like your large sizing nonetheless.
Yeah, this should be the smallest, probably. We're just getting too good of a price here to peel to effectively the nuts, I would assume, but he could have some pocket 8s that check back. Does he check back Jack 9 of hearts? I don't think so. I think that one's enough equity to potentially double barrel us off of better hands. So, he could check back 7/8. That kind of makes sense as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna pure call here and just try to realize our equity.
Yeah. I think the only thing I want to add here is that if we do hit the jack or the 6, it's pretty obvious to everybody. We don't always get paid. I'm not. We are getting clicked, right? So we only need to win this pot 20% of the time to break even. But I think it is worth mentioning. Okay, we call. Now, how do we extract this money here?
It'd be a mistake to check. We can't let 7/8s, pocket 8s, pocket 3s that check back flop, which I doubt it, but maybe I can't really discount that altogether. Does he ever have queen 9 as a bluff on turn? That's a great question because I actually have no clue. Probably not for click sizing, so I might discount that. Plus, we already block it. In real time, I would probably pick something between B10 and B35. I think this warrants a slightly larger donk than B10 in general.
Okay. And he's never going to reopen the action on you, usually.
Exactly. So you just kind of want to target those sets for a little bit more than B10, I think. Let's try 35. I would probably go like B20, B25 really in game.
Okay. Well, you got paid. I'm really curious what this river is. Wow. I think against human beings, I don't think this is good.
I 100% agree. I think that's a big mistake against our human population.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ever doing this. I think it's still just much better to put one big blind out there and maybe spaz. They spaz raise 2 pair. They spaz raise missed flush draws, something.
With a queen X blocker, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm really curious what he's 2-betting on the turn. I mean, what other hands besides like a set is he doing this with? So let's pull up.
Yeah. I think I nailed that pretty good. I wonder, yeah, like you said, if
Slide
like
over
7X is checking back.
Oh, okay.
That too. But yeah, like where is his clicks even coming from?
Okay, let's start with the flop. Okay.
Check now.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, so we're playing a good amount of check. What are your thoughts on like a small strategy? Do you think that's something that you'd play, or you'd primarily play like check and some sort of large sizing? Like, are you always betting? Do you always want to bet your pocket 8s, like your A7, your king 7, or would you prefer playing the spot a little bit more polar?
No, I'd be putting those into my check strat for sure.
Okay.
So yeah, probably more polar in general.
Okay, so you had ace-9 off, and you pretty much said like with your suits, you basically didn't have any suits on board. I think you had like diamond and club.
Diamond, club, yep.
Yeah, so you get diamond club. This is probably the combo that you had. It's like a pure check. No intentions of adding money to the pot. Um, let's find some hands that might be difficult to find. Like queen nine of clubs here, queen nine diamonds here. You can kind of think of these as 3-card gut shots with an overcard. You're sometimes outdrawing a 10, sometimes outdrawing a 7. Hard to find, not easy. Any specific hand you want to look at?
No, no, we just saw the 7x has a decent amount of checks.
Okay.
So
No mate hand. King high, ace high.
oh, sorry. Can you check the button flop check node real quick? I don't
Yeah.
know if I really paid attention to how much
We
he
haven't even got
stuff
there
was.
yet.
Oh, okay. That's why I was kind of
Yeah, we're
confused.
just
Just thinking about
exploring
it.
like how should we approach the
My bad.
flop.
My bad.
But
My bad.
no. Okay, so here they're playing check and primarily small when check to in position.
Okay. I can see 8-7, 9-7, king 7 are backed more than bet, and a7 is kind of where it unlocks a little bit more.
Okay.
So they do have some check back pairs, but same with pocket 8s, pocket 9s.
Yeah, some of these are quite hard to find. You
Yeah.
get check two, and
Let
you're
alone
supposed to start stabbing these type of hands.
let alone relation peeling those. Like, are they flatting king 5 suited on button?
I am not. I'm missing some
Yeah,
of these
me neither.
hands. Okay, so
So,
the interesting thing about these type of flop textures is the flop is very dynamic. Like the turn is going to change who takes the lead often. A lot of
yeah,
equity shifting turn cards, and when I see, for some reason, I mean, I would think that you need to play a little bit bigger of a sizing, but once again, I'm kind of like,
and that's usually the driving force behind smaller bets. But you would think, I guess that's like
yeah.
in other spots we kind of just shift those to the check node. But I guess on here in the two tone, like out of position, that's not necessarily always the case. Like, and you've said this before, right? Like we're just kind of like got the exact word you said, but like nudging the pot, sprinkling the pot, kind of right.
Mhm.
Like you're just not allowing us to be capped. I can to a
Yeah.
degree.
So on these textures, I kind of go back and forth, and I'm remembering some like the theory behind some of these flop textures, these dynamic textures, is because the turn changes equity so hard often, we don't really want to make
Don't
large investments.
correct.
Okay, all right. So it goes check check, and then we find ourselves on the 8 turn. And this is your node right here, right? Yeah, it's you. Okay. There is overbetting. There is B83. So there's 17% large. I mean, I kind of group the 55 into like a large sizing.
Yeah,
So there's a
I
good
probably would,
chunk.
and especially in a check node. Yeah, that's a little bit larger than.
I would be playing 40% large sizing and then like 60% check, something along those lines.
Yeah,
You had ace 9 here. I think this is like your exact combo, something along probably one of these. So it kind of favors like B83, and that's the one that you went with. You went B83, and then you got clicked, right?
yeah.
Okay. The hands that he's doing this with, hand like yours, open and straight draws with an overcard to the board, open and straight draws. This is the nuts, Jack 9. Um, set,
So he didn't take queen 9.
set, Queen, I know. Yeah.
Or sorry, not queen 9. But like, remember I asked if he would raise queen 9 on the turn,
Right. And he
but he
doesn't.
takes other 9 combos, but not the combo to the nuts.
No, you don't want to. If you look at, I should
Yeah, I
probably
don't want
put
to
on
get blown off that.
maybe EV. So like Queen 9 is 26%. EV though, it captures more of the pot. So when the times that you make the nuts, it makes more money than King 9 Ace 9. Quite unintuitive. I think that's a pretty important. It has less equity, but captures more of the pot when you do get to make the nuts. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
Don't get moved off of that one. Okay. Anything else you want to see?
Um. Yeah. What was the river? They just want like B10 or oh no, it's check peer. Oh, never mind.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm good.
you get called. If you had like the ace of spades, you can jam, I guess, and then you get yourself you find yourself here, and I mean, it's playing just a checking strategy primarily. I probably don't agree with this.
Yeah.
I just don't think that people reopen the action enough. That checking doesn't seem great when you have some strong hands here.
Yep.
Okay. You think you can go a little bit longer?
Yeah.
Cool.
I feel like I'm hitting these spots pretty good, but now I just need them to translate to a winning day.
Yeah. It's a tough game, man. It's quite tough. Okay, low jack versus button. Um, let's see. I do want to be betting a decent amount in this spot here. If I had to guess, I would say that I'm betting 70% or so, checking 30.
65, so I'm right on,
What's that?
about right on board. I was gonna say 65, so I'm about right on par
Okay.
with that.
Yeah, yeah.
Rainbow, two Broadway rainbow. That's kind of where.
Two Broadway Rainbow. We open up Jack 10 off. We have bottom set, so we got the nut advantage. We're gonna have the equity advantage. We do have some checks. Like we don't want to bet like queens every time, queen jack every time, jack 10 every time, pocket tens every time, nine. So I'm gonna stick with like 30% checking, 70% betting, maybe a little bit less betting. So this hand, definitely want to start off with a bet. Merits to check raising. I don't think so. I don't think I'd prefer check raising. I think this makes a much better check raise if the jack was like a 3 or the jack was a 5. That way, all of their second pairs likely stab in position. Like you're not going to get a random stab from like 5s usually, 6s usually, 7s usually. I don't even know if people are always betting like their jack 10 in position. I would imagine they're checking back at a really high frequency. So I will put the
What
money in
about?
myself. Go ahead.
Sorry. What about ace queens and ace tens? If they're check two, do you think they're often bet? And if so, they're always just bet called?
Um, I would think that it's just some sort of mix. I wouldn't know
Okay.
how much, but yeah. Um,
Okay.
second. Okay. Let's start off. I think because it's rainbow, I want to use a slightly larger sizing. We'll go B55. I'm always going to get called by a king. I'm always going to get called by a jack, some queen 10, some ace 10 hearts, queen 10 diamonds, ace 10 diamonds, jack 10 diamonds. So I'll just start with B55. And we get a fold. That was uneventful. That might have been a hand that would
I
have
think.
stabbed in position, but let's see.
Yeah. I think on these we kind of either have to go Geo right away or we start with check raise. And I'd probably mix it to, I don't know, 25% check raise and maybe 75% just going three streets. I'm assuming that's why I would have probably gotten P83 on the start, but that's it.
Okay. I think you were slightly closer than I was. I was going 70-30. I think you said 65-35, something like that. Either way, we're both pretty close. Can't ignore the checking range. Primarily, I mean, look, I think I'm playing check and B50. I'm going to ignore like the smaller sizes.
Yeah.
When it comes to my hand, I'm not really concerned about they don't have any fours that I even need to worry about. So I'm not covering
Right.
any like of the high cards. So yeah, I like betting this hand for the most part. But if I were to check, I am curious their approach on the flop. Like look, this is what you're asking about. Like ace queens, ace tens, they're just mixing. Do you have a certain preference versus check?
Me, no, but I want to tend to think people overbet these just because, like, when we incorporate a checking range, they expect it to be pocket pair heavy and maybe some jack X. So, like kind of in their mind, this is somewhat equity driven, not necessarily a bluff to them. So I would say maybe just like the ace queen L, like the frequencies might be flipped. So it's like 60% bet, 40% check maybe, and then ace 10 might fall similar. Ace jack, I have no idea.
Okay. Um, yeah, I'm unsure.
Same, but
I think the only difference between this strategy and my strategy is I don't know that I would grab these hands and then size up to B55. Like to me, it seems like I'm not destroying the properties of my hand because I just think I have like nut no pair like with ace queen. But maybe that's just a mistake on my end. Maybe I shouldn't be doing b33. I need to like challenge pocket sevens right away.
Right, I was gonna say that, and then like create. I don't want to say indifference to the Jack X because it's not going to create it on the flop, but it is going to create it to the turn
Sure.
versus a B33. So maybe that's also another
Yeah, let's check and then
besides the pairs.
let's say that yeah. So now we're getting the Jack X to fold. If we start off b55 with
Yeah,
ace queens and ace tens, and then we just follow through on the turn. The target is the Jack. Yeah, that's the target. Okay. Back to
even
this
pocket
one.
queens. Yeah, crazy.
We actually started off with b55. Folds from these hands, which I don't really care about. I don't expect to make much money off of these hands anyways. So like I'm just hoping that they're concentrated around the Broadway when I flop bottom set. That's just the way it is. Like the alternative is checking it, and do I expect them to put money in for me enough? That's the question. Like, okay, sure, they're occasionally going to put money in with, 10-9 of hearts. Fine, whatever. That's fine. But like ace 2 is primarily supposed to add money to the pot. Ace 3 primarily supposed to add money. Ace 5 primarily supposed to add money. They're starting to bluff with deuces and threes. They're supposed to start bluffing with 5-4. They're supposed to start bluffing with 5-6. I don't know if people are doing this enough to warrant not adding the money myself. That's just my instinct right now. I am happy to change
I
my
agree.
opinion.
No, I agree. Is there another part to focus on? So, for example, um, do low jack check, and then button. Uh, do you think they're overdoing the Jack X portion of betting?
I don't think so. Like,
Do you think they're checking Jack 10 suited beer behind Jack
I
10
mean, I
O,
mean,
Queen
look, these
Jack
numbers
9?
are quite low, but I don't know. I mean, what is that second pair here? Second pair is like 80% checking. Maybe it's like 60% checking. But the thing is, look, they're supposed to add money with a large sizing with their Jack X primarily. I think it's like maybe a third.
Sure, but they're overdoing it then, right?
As long as the volume of betting is similar. So like, are they going to add 3.9 big blinds 12% of the time versus like half the amount double? Like this needs to go up to around 12% to simulate or to be similar to B55. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but one probably, two, only three combos make up the. Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah. Sorry. I mean, I was just highlighting the Jack. If that's what we were
Yeah, okay.
focusing on, those.
Yeah, yeah. But still, even then, right? Is that
I
1.45
think the
combos or
volume. I
4?
think the volume of betting is similar. So
Okay.
whether this is 80 or this is 70, and a lot of it goes over to
Well,
B33, I think that's what's happening. I don't think that people are just like overdoing this.
okay. The only reason I say that is just because, right, we're just going to take away those bluffs and shift them into a different bucket. So if they're in the one, 0, 1, 2, if we're talking 0, 1, 2s, and they're supposed to put a lot of these checking into ones and they're over stabbing, how does that change our check versus bet
I
strat
mean,
on the
I
flop?
guess they're just they're a little bit too thin. They're just stabbing too wide in position because that's kind of what it comes
I
down to,
kind of
right?
agree. So even if it's shifted combos, uh, I think maybe checking will overperform is kind of where
Okay,
I was trying to get to. Like check raising, sorry, specifically.
sure. Okay, let me just think about where else I need to be bluffing from. Let's just kind of
Do
go ahead.
just seeing if we ever check top pair as well.
Top pair.
But
Not really. 25% checking when you're at the near the bottom end of your range, I
okay,
guess. Yeah,
sure.
most of our checks come from like these middling third pairs.
Just the more natural.
So let's try to figure out here. I guess we have to take like threes and fives, and we'll definitely be bluffing those and some queen nines. Let's go
I'm gonna take
through.
I'm gonna take wheels and small pairs for sure.
Yeah, let's
Queen
go.
nine seems like a decent one as well.
Let's go seven. Um, some 10-9s, some queen nines. These are quite intuitive after spending a little bit of time working on the solver. Still equity driven. Not too many really low equity bluffs. These are still a gutter. Gutters. Next up, yeah. Ace four turning, blocking a set, blocking some of the strongest hands like ace jack. All right. I think I'm good on this. Let's bet, call, and let's just break it out and then quickly see the worst hand. Okay, gutters, gutters, gutters. I missed. Okay, got it. If you want to just do maybe one more, up to you. Depends on how you're feeling.
Okay, this one's a little more interesting. We wrap around the queen, but we have no on board suits. So I'm assuming we have a 65, 70% check, 30% bet. It's gonna be large betting if we do. We both have sets, except for quick. Actually, we probably have all three. He doesn't. Does this fit into a decent double? Kind of. Let's see. Can we make 9s through or 10s through 5s fold on the turn? We get a lot of ace-x floats with backdoors, flush draws I can fold on the turn. So let's go B83.
I feel like I need to interject.
Please.
Should we be inflating the pot with clubs? We're playing quite deep.
Yeah, that's a good point. I keep forgetting that these are switching. I'm not always paying attention to that. Some as a one and done. Is this the right one? Maybe not.
Yeah, I think like ace two, ace five of clubs. I think I would be betting, but I don't know
Even
about
though
this one.
those have immediate to the nuts.
Yeah, I think so. I think because I can instantly challenge. I can instantly challenge a hand like not just like King Jack of Hearts. Like if I started sizing up with like ace two, like I know I'm beating that hand, but yeah, I mean this one's gonna be interesting because
Yeah, because
Rainbow typically calls
there's
for
also gonna
sizing
be
up.
suited eights and suited nine flat. So like we can make those fold.
Problem is, I don't think we have the nut advantage here. Like, okay, sure, we've got the queen. We don't have the threes or the fours, do we?
We do because I don't hit those enough.
Oh, we do, we do, we do.
Low jack.
Okay.
And I noticed that earlier, and I don't always probably open threes from low jack. Yeah, I was kind of in the
Their range really doesn't have any
limbo.
threes or fours either. So like, I mean, the threes and fours is kind of irrelevant. They have some like tiny bit of coverage, but
Yeah.
okay.
Well, let's just
Okay,
make
BD3
mistakes then.
still?
Sure. Let's just make mistakes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I think there's merit in like small and then following up with turn barrels anyways, but at least that wasn't a blunder.
I stand corrected. Three card open ended with an overcard to the queen. 50 plus ish percent. These are tough strategies to try to like. This is like, I mean, it's primarily check and small. There's enough.
There's still 17% big bets.
Yeah.
They're all from that same portion though. I bet it's all all the ace X island and below, which is probably the clubs. Yeah. And I thought the king X was the clubs, but I guess it's more than just the clubs for the king X portions.
Yeah. So like this feels intuitive to me. Ace two, ace five feels very intuitive to bet with the club, but like this one just doesn't feel intuitive to me. But I'm probably just under betting. We've got like a 3% edge here.
I am too. Just looking at these spots helped me maybe kind of, find that basically. I probably like check give up maybe too much.
Yep, I do too. I mean, this is probably a prime example of a hand that I just check and give up. Let me
Yeah.
just click check and let me just see what to do versus a small sizing in position.
Yeah, I was gonna
It's
say
pretty
someone
much
wants to
like a
raise,
continue. Yeah.
but
Wow. So super sticky.
yeah.
Super sticky. And if you didn't see bet your ace five, this is kind of when you can spring it with the club. Um, like our clubs are primarily folding, but we're continuing a good chunk as a check raise. What is this, like 10% check raising? Like
I kind of
how?
like that in practice. I think people like when we check in position, they're 100% stabbing fives through nines, and then have no continuation plan beyond that if facing a check raise.
Yeah, I could see
Pocket
all these
pairs,
be
second.
betting a lot more frequently. See, this is a good example. Like so, like I don't think they're betting on king queen three. I don't think they're always betting, but like when you've got second pair to the queen, I think they're almost always betting.
Yep, I would
Um,
agree.
okay, so you size it up, and we are trying to accomplish. This is probably more effective. They're supposed to stick around with king jack off, ace king every time.
Look, we're getting ace jack to fold.
Getting some ace jack to fold. They're sticking around with ace five all suits. Um, okay, let's imagine we bet call, and let's do a random turn card. We play polar, check, and B83. Hardest hands to find. Let's do. We're turning. These are all flush draws. That's not that interesting. It's quite interesting to be turning to use a three, using pocket five still. Um, okay, I think it's really unintuitive for people to be bluffing with pocket pairs.
Yep, agree.
I just don't think that happens enough. When you work with the solver enough, you're going to see like ace twos, ace three, ace four, ace five. Not only are they like some pre-flop bluffs, but they're often bluffs post-flop as well. Um, okay. Anything else? Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Let's just do.
Oh,
Let me just check B83 again. Let's just say they call. Let's just do a random river, and then if you don't mind, I'll just end on. I'll just do one more hand myself.
cool.
All right. The hardest follow throughs on the river. King nine, ace two, ace three. Um, um, okay. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I got anything else.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. Let's see. Queen jack. I open nines. He flats some nines, three bet some nines. So I think I have a nine advantage here, including ace nine o. This hand, two overs to the nine, one suit on board. I think I have a pretty big advantage on this board. If the board was like 7-7-5, I would have the nut disadvantage, I believe. I really need to figure out where I'm going to bluff from. I can get like fives through deuces to fold. I can probably eventually get like ace 10 diamonds to fold, ace 10 spades to fold, king queen spades to fold. I have no idea what to do. And that usually means I'm guessing I'm just gonna stab because I really don't know what to do. So we don't need to put a lot of money in. I'm just gonna go for a third. Um, we have no eight in our hand. I think the club is decently good. Where else do I want to bluff from? I think the goal would be to try to fold out a seven, try to fold out ace highs, try to fold out king highs. Unfortunately, I don't have a draw to anything other than some queen or jack. B55 should be enough to fold out ace high, king queen, ace 10 diamonds, pocket fours, pocket threes, pocket twos. This feels very unintuitive. Okay, but I knew that he was going to beat me, so it ended up working out. Okay, you have anything to add to that? That felt completely butchered, but I mean it was butchered.
Uh, I think you hit everything. I just like you didn't really say. I would just be going larger on turn. I'm still targeting fives to deuces, like you said, king. I mean, I do think practically 55 is probably enough, but um, here I would.
Okay. We're not supposed to play a third, so we're supposed to play like large and check, which to me, um, maybe
Well, like you said, you have the advantage on the offsuit nines, and then yeah, I agree 100% with the sevens.
the strategy is going to look a lot different. So we basically don't even have an edge here. Tons of checking,
Still
and
big bet.
then we're almost betting range. We can I would consider this range bet. Nearly. We've got ace nine off, all the suited nines, and then here we don't open any offsuit sevens. Couple sevens here. Um, no advantage here. A lot more checking on 775. Thought that was good. At least I mentioned that. Um, we find ourselves with like queen jack off. The club is betting most frequent. We see like queen of clubs jack, queen of jack of clubs is betting the highest frequency. Jacks over here, jack of clubs betting pretty high frequency. Um, so I think we need to figure out exactly what we're trying to accomplish when we size up to B55. Challenge better broadways than us. Fold out some ace X. Maybe there is a world where people are starting to fold like deuces through fives against B55 against an opener who's going to have the overpair advantage, the
Yeah,
trip nine advantage.
I think so.
Okay.
If they're not, they're overfolding turn.
Okay. I guess it's unintuitive, so let's figure out where we bluff from. I think we got like a six of clubs.
I thought your hand was the perfect one too.
Slightly lower down. I guess we need some equity now at this point. So I would be overstabbing this here. Um, these are the hardest
Wait,
hands to find. Go ahead.
if you bet range on flop, does that hand come in now
Like we went with
on
like a
the
smaller
turn?
sizing.
Yeah.
Let's go third, I guess. Call. Six of clubs. Keep them a little bit wider. It's starting to show up. So it's slightly better versus the third.
I mean, I feel like we can treat it the same as Queen 10 out here. I know the difference is equity, but
Like,
considering just the range construction, like you said, fives through deuces, and now it's a Badoogie on turn. So I think now all the ace highs, king highs are now overfolded even more than usual. So
um,
I would kind of put this in those same combos.
okay. Four liner we bluff with a 10. Yeah, I'm kind of I've lost like a bunch of steam here, so I'm losing focus, but we use like an 8. That makes sense. And we use an 8, we use a 10. Um, so we're always equity driven. We're pretty selective, and when we're bluffing, you gotta have blockers to some strong hands. All right, I think that's all I got. Unless you want anything else to wrap up, or before we wrap up. You
No,
good?
I'm good.
Well,
Yeah, of
thanks for jumping on.
course. Are you chilling the rest of the day or?